name is Julie, and this is KS Mom Crochets. Today is Crochet Podcast number 4, and I have 3 finished objects to show you and 1 whip. So let's just get started. My first finished object is this baby blanket. I didn't have much to go. I just had to add 1 more section, and I needed to add a border. So this is it. It's kind of wide. If I can get it all. There we go. So this is the blanket. I did put a little border on it. I really wanted to use a solid color for the border, but out of all this yarn, I did not have anything that looked right. This is obviously, a lot of this is Big Twist behind me from Joann's, and that yarn is a lot thicker, and it's a different texture. Like, this is like silky smooth, kind of reminds me of Carry-On, Simply Soft. And I don't have any of that, or at least not in the colors that I needed. So I didn't want to go buy any more yarn because I don't need it. So I just went around with the color that I used in the blanket. And I did use a 6mm hook. This is the Drunken Granny Stitch by the Secret Yarnery. I did figure that out. This color is called Boat Ride. This color is called Pink Multi, and it is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn Glowing. I did use the Pink Multi as the border, and I got this border from a YouTube tutorial, and I will link it, the stitch and the border in the description box. So yeah, it would have been a lot prettier with a different color, but I don't think they'll care. I don't know. I'm going to give it to them anyway, so I hope they like it. But there's that. Let me throw this over there. Alright, so my second finished object is a gnome. Oh, his beard's a little funky there. I did this video once and I had to redo it, so this is my second time trying. Oh, okay, so this is by Pampino. It is called the Flower Gnome. This pattern, I did it a lot different than what she did in her pattern. So she has changed her gnome bodies, I've noticed. They're a little bit chunkier looking to me. So I used one of her older patterns, gnome bodies, for this. I didn't change anything with the hat. You know, the nose and the arms and everything are all the same, just the body. And then she actually, in her original pattern, she has a crocheted beard. Yeah. And I will pop a picture right here of what her gnome looks like. But this is what I chose to do. And I used a 2.75mm hook. I used Chepier's Katona Cotton in the color Root Beer for the body and the arms here. I used Shell for the nose and the hands. This bottom and the hat is in Willow, and I did put a piece of wire in the hat to keep its shape. The petals for the flower kind of looks a little bit brighter than what it is in person. I guess it's the ring light. That's a little better. Yeah, it's not as bright yellow. It's more like I was going for a sunflower look, sunflower yellow, but this color is yellow gold, to Took me a while. Squirrel. And then I used the green felton wool for the needle felted the beard on. Yes. Okay, so that is everything that I need to say about that. And I will link this pattern down below. She has opened up another Etsy shop. I know they keep closing their shops down. I did notice that Happy Dolls started a new Etsy shop too. So we'll see how long they get to keep them. But I will link her Etsy shop and her Ravelry shop. The Ravelry patterns show that they are full price, but once you add them to your cart, they usually have the 70% off coupon automatically added, but make sure you check before you buy them. So anyway, that was a big tangent about this little gnome. So I think I got some fuzzies hanging. I think he turned out cute. I didn't think that I was going to like him as well as I do when I just was like placing the hat on him without all the pieces attached. But once I got him all together, I really like him. And all of these petals you make first, and then you crochet them on the hat. So there's no sewing all those petals on. You actually crochet them on, which was awesome. And these were really quick to make, because once you make a couple, you're like, you remember what you have to do to make the rest of them. I think there's 7. Yeah, 7 petals. So there's him. And then let me stick him down here. My third finished object is my Flamingo. I finished her or him. And I think that turned out pretty cute. Came out of this book, Edward's Menagerie Birds by Carrie Lord. Let's see if I can, yeah. So there's his feet. He does have little toenails. One of them on this leg's a little messed up, but that's okay. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to my amigurumi. Something is always crooked and something is always a little messed up, but nobody else around me crochets and they don't care. I mean, I always notice the mistakes, but they don't. But anyway, this is the tail. I did sew these wings on the wrong way, and I had to cut them off and redo them, so that wasn't fun, because this part where it like curves right here was supposed to be where it is now, and I had it in the front. Yeah, so I used, hold on, let me find it in my little book here, a 2.75 millimeter hook. I used Drops Love You 9 in pink and light pink, and Drops Love You 7 in black and pearl for the beak. And I got the head and the body and the wings and the tail and all that. I did add a little bit to the top here of this pink. I had some left over from the Drops Love You 9, which is actually less yardage than the Drops Love You 7. Another tangent. I feel like I'm just going to talk your all's heads off tonight. But anyway, he does look kind of funny when I stand him straight up, because I made his legs go in to where he would sit, and he does sit really well because he's got this tail to kind of prop him up. I really like him a lot. He turned out really good. I don't know why that I waited so long to finish him. I don't know. But I'm glad he's done. So there's him. Now, moving on to whips, because that's all my finished objects. I started Kayla the Bear out of Amigurumi Animals. Now, if you watched my video where I showed this book, I said that that bear was calling my name. And she was. Let me find her here. This is Kayla the Bear. And these are Avery mini tabs that I use in my books, and they don't damage your books. You can take them out, reuse them. I really love those. So let me show you my progress. So she is living in 2 bags, actually. She's living in this bag, and well, the yarn is living in that bag, and then I have another smaller bag that's keeping her body in it. I'll tell you a little bit about these bags after I talk about her. But this is her so far. I really like how this pattern is constructed. You start at the feet, so you make one leg and then you fasten off, and then you connect them after you make the other leg so they're connected, and then you work your way up. You make the body, and then the head is actually attached. And if I had thought, I would have made the arms first and done like Terry did, or does, and crocheted her arms in, but I didn't. I was so excited, I just started making her. So, I am using, let me get my notes, I got them covered. I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook because this yarn is thinner than this yarn. So I wanted to kind of make up for the fact, because I usually use a 2.75. I probably should use a smaller hook with this yarn, but I prefer the 2.75 because this is, like I said, this Fruits yarn, the Premier Fruits, is smaller than the saffron, the drop saffron that I used, which I should tell you what I used, right? I used drop saffron black and beige for the body, and this is the head. Like I said, I'm going to be working up right now. I've got all the increases. I just need to keep building up her head. Yeah, and then this is the Premier Fruits and Watermelon, because I really wanted to try it out, and it looks really good, I think, in the single crochet. But the skirt, you go back on, you leave like some front loops loose there, and then you attach it to those front loops, and you make some double crochet, and then there's like a shell there, but you can't really see it. Yeah, maybe a little bit. And obviously this yarn is not as pretty in double crochet as it is in the single, but that's okay. So what did I do different? I changed her a little bit. She does have pants on, if you can see. Oh, yep, she has pants on, and her skirt is a little bit shorter in this pattern. I couldn't find a yarn that I liked to pair with this Fruits yarn, so I did her skin tone, or her fur tone, or whatever, the beige on her legs. And I added a couple rows. I added 2 rows extra double crochet. She does have a collar around her neck. It's kind of hard to see where this is, like, you know, a busier yarn, but I went ahead and added that on before I got the head done, because I thought that would make it easier to add that part on. You can kind of see, yeah. But yeah, this is what she's looking like. I'm hoping that she turns out as cute as I think, so we'll see. I like her so far. So yeah. What else? So I need to finish her head, add her ears and her muzzle, make her arms, and then she does have that little headband, flowers on the top of her head, and I think I'm just going to do them either in this watermelon yarn, or maybe I'll do them in black, because she does have a black bow on her dress, so I don't know yet. I'll figure that out. But yeah, this is her. That was a long story, I felt like. Oh, I feel like I'm just in a talking mood tonight. Hope that's okay with you all. And like I said, I've already made this video once, so I can't remember what I've said and what I haven't said. So these bags, this is called a Ditty Bag, D-I-T-T-Y. I got this from an Etsy shop called Snowhill Stitches. These are perfect to keep your amigurumi pieces in. I also have my hook in here, which I'm using a Clover 2.20. I think I said that. So I'm keeping her in here for now. These are great for like doily projects, anything small. Perfect. I love them. But I also like to keep my pieces in this and then keep the rest of the yarn that I'm using or will need in here. And these are their bigger bags. I think this is a medium drawstring bag. And these are lined. The little ones are not. Anyway, I really love them. I've been ordering from them for a while. It's like every birthday or... Whoops. Every birthday. Sorry, let me fix you all. Messing's up there. I'll order some bags from them, and I have quite a few. So here's another one that I have. I had a, I think I had the Flamingo in this one. But yeah, so there's these bags, and I will link that Etsy shop down below if you want to check them out. The owner's name is Karen, and she is awesome. If you need her help, I've only needed her help once, and she was wonderful. So moving on, because that is all my whips. Let me pick, sorry, I dropped something. So I am going to be participating in Lynette of Charmed Grammy Crochets. She's hosting Amigurumi Wars this month, and I'm going to participate in that because I really love her channel. I will link the video where she explains all about Amigurumi Wars, and she shows the patterns that were picked, and there's also a prize that can be won. Yeah, so I had submitted some patterns because she was asking, because that's the whole point, is the viewers submit patterns and then they draw out the patterns. They draw out so many. And she actually picked 2 of the patterns that I submitted, and I was so excited because the first one that she picked was Elena Dear. And I will pop in a picture right here of her. And she is by the author of the Peek-a-Pow books, except she is a free pattern. So I can't remember how I stumbled across her. I think through Instagram, yeah. And then I found her, but yeah. So I will be doing that one this month. I'm not gonna say I'll have them done soon. I don't know when I'm gonna start her, but I will definitely do her this month. So that is her. I don't have any of the colors picked out or anything like that. The next pattern that she picked that was submitted by me was a Teddy Bear by Sharon Ojala. Now this is a pattern that I have been doing for years. I love it. I just, you know, like I said in my last video, Sharon Ojala is one of the people that I learned to crochet from, and I've made that teddy bear, that same teddy bear pattern so many times over the years. I've made the angel version and the regular version. But my question for you all is, I want to do the teddy bear in the fruits yarn. I don't know how cute it will be. I have done a teddy bear by Estrada, which is Pixie Marie Creates. I'll pop in a picture right here of that teddy bear in a, what was that, Red Heart Stripes yarn before, and I really liked it, and the child that I gave it to really liked it too. So I am going to attempt to do this one in the Fruits yarn, and that will be one of my entries into Lynette's Amigurumi Wars. So I have these 4. I'm pretty sure that I have enough of this watermelon to put it in the mix, because there is 235 yards, and I didn't use a lot of this watermelon to do that doll dress, and I only need a little bit for the arms. So we have blueberry, purple, yeah, it's purple. We have blueberry, grape, banana, and watermelon. So I'm really curious about what you all think, and which one do you all think would look cute, or should I try to do that teddy bear? So yeah, if you want to leave me a comment and let me know, that would be great. And I'm going to pause you real quick. I'm so sorry. I had to sneeze. But I'm back. So anyway, back to this yarn. I would really like to know your opinion. I'm not sure which one I want to do. They're all so pretty. But I think it'll be cute in any of them. So if y'all want to, you can let me know. I thought that would be fun to let you all choose what color I use for that teddy bear. She also had an octopus that I want to do, and I think there's some more, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. But if you all want to, like I said, I'll link her video where she explains all about Amigurumi Wars in the description box below, and anything that I've talked about I will link. I also wanted to thank Bonnie for letting me know that Jane from Scraptastic Yarns had gave me a shout out, and I appreciate that so much, Bonnie, for letting me know. And Jane, thank you so much for your shout out. I appreciate it so much. I hadn't watched that video, so I didn't know. So if you all hear of anybody by chance that does give me a shout out, I do want to properly thank them. You know, whether it's in a comment on my video, I mean, because I appreciate it if that happens, you know. And I could miss something because there are so many YouTubers. Like, I'm finding people that I didn't even know had YouTube channels, you know, and I feel like I've been missing out on all these people's videos that I'm starting to watch and I enjoy watching. So yes, I just wanted to say that. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. If I think of something that I forgot, because I really feel like I'm forgetting something, I will insert a clip right here. And if there's not a clip, then that means that we're all good. So yes, like I said, I have had some difficulties tonight and my brain's all scattered. I took my kids shopping, just a little bit. They had a gift card to Bath and Body Works because I have the next 5 days off. I had yesterday off, and then I have the next 5 days, and I am so excited to get a little bit of vacation time and to feel normal for a little while, you know, like not have to stay up till so early in the morning if I don't want to. So yes, I'm excited about that. So like I said, I'm going to be crocheting up a storm the next couple days, and I can't wait to get started on Elena Dear and finish up my teddy bear. And there's so many projects that I want to do, like so many. Like Pampino came out with another gnome that I want to do. There's so many projects in so little time. I need like more arms, you know. I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, you need to let me learn. You need to let me teach you how to crochet so that I can be like, hey, can you finish this for me? Or can you make this for me? You know, because there's never enough time. Never enough time. I also wanted to ask you all, can you hear me? because I did have someone comment on one of my videos and they said that they were having a hard time hearing me. I have a naturally low voice, I guess, and I'm trying to talk louder, but I feel like I'm screaming at you guys. So just let me know about the sound. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to let me know what yarn you want me to use, because I think that would be so much fun. And thank you all for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my finished objects. And thank you so much for subscribing and for all your comments. I love your comments. They make me so happy. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night and the rest of your weekend. And I will see you very soon. Bye.